In the heart of Southeast Asia, nestled between Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam, lies a kingdom of ancient wonders and enduring spirit. It is a land defined by the great life-giving arteries of the Mekong River and the vast seasonal pulse of the Tonle Sap Lake. A landscape of emerald rice paddies stretching to the horizon, of dense, wild forests in the Cardamom Mountains, and of a culture that has weathered the tides of history with profound, almost unimaginable resilience. This is Cambodia. For many, the name conjures a single, magnificent image: the sun rising over the iconic stone towers of Angkor Wat, a breathtaking testament to a glorious empire. It is a symbol of human ingenuity and artistic devotion, a wonder of the world that rightly draws millions to its gates, a stone-carved memory of a time when the Khmer Kingdom was the center of a vast and powerful civilization. But to see only the temples is to read just one page of a rich and complex story. The soul of Cambodia is not carved in stone. It is found in the gentle rhythm of daily life, in the quiet dignity of its people. Beyond the ancient stones, away from the well-trodden tourist paths, lies a different Cambodia, a country of quiet villages where life is governed by the seasons, of bustling provincial towns where community is paramount, and of unique floating communities that move with the rhythm of the water. This is a story not of ruins, but of life, of the deep connection to the land that sustains, to the traditions that provide meaning, and to the families and communities that form the unbreakable heart of the nation. This is the story of how people live far beyond Angkor Wat. Life here is shaped, governed, and defined by the seasons. The weather is not just a topic of casual conversation. It is the clock that governs the lives of millions, the force that dictates the fortunes of the harvest and the bounty of the catch. The year is divided into two distinct periods: the rainy season, from May to October, which brings the life-giving water for the rice, turning the landscape into a sea of impossible green and filling the air with the scent of petrichor. And the dry season, from November to April, the time of harvest, of dustier roads, lower rivers, and vibrant community celebrations. This profound connection to the natural cycle has cultivated a national character of immense patience, quiet resilience, and a deep-seated understanding that life, like the seasons, is a rhythm of hardship and abundance. The population of around 16 million people is overwhelmingly young, a nation looking towards the future while remaining deeply rooted in its past. In the towns and villages that dot the countryside, anonymity is a foreign concept. Life is lived in public. On the front porches of stilt houses, in the open-air markets, and in the shared community spaces of the local temple. Everyone seems to know everyone, connected by a web of family, shared history, and community obligations. The morning greeting is not a hurried nod, but a genuine inquiry about one's family and health. Even in the capital city of Phnom Penh, with its rising skyline, humming traffic, and modern shopping malls, life retains a neighborhood heartbeat. In its quiet side streets, or soas, away from the main boulevards, the clatter of a noodle vendor's cart and the laughter of children playing in the street can still be heard. Life moves at a more human pace, unhurried, neighborly, and mindful. Daily life in Cambodia is anchored in the bedrock of community. In the rural villages, the day begins not with an alarm clock, but with the crowing of roosters and the first rays of light filtering through the woven bamboo walls. For farmers, the first act of the morning is to look at the sky, to gauge the weather that will determine the day's work in the fields. The air is cool, and the sounds are of the village waking. The lowing of cattle, the rhythmic pounding of a mortar and pestle preparing the day's spice paste, the quiet conversations of families preparing for the day over a bowl of rice porridge or bobor. In the floating villages of the Tonle Sap, the first sound is the gentle lapping of water against the house and the hum of a long-tail boat engine as a fisherman heads out for the morning catch. Here, an entire society has adapted to a liquid world. Children learn to paddle a boat as naturally as their counterparts on land learn to ride a bicycle. The street is a channel of water, and the village square is a wider expanse where boats congregate to trade and socialize. Ingenuity is everywhere. Small floating gardens provide fresh vegetables, and pig pens are built on separate rafts. The entire village might even move location as the lake's water level dramatically rises and falls with the seasons. The water is their highway, their farm, and their entire world. The family unit is the cornerstone of Cambodian society. Homes are sanctuaries of shared life, often with multiple generations living together in a single household. The elderly are revered, their wisdom a guiding force for the family. They are the keepers of stories, the arbitrators of disputes, and the primary caretakers of grandchildren, while the parents work in the fields. This family-centric culture fosters a powerful sense of collective responsibility. The concept of chuldaik nia, or mutual help, is deeply ingrained. When a family needs to harvest their rice, build a new home, or organize a wedding, the community instinctively comes together. There is an unspoken understanding that the well-being of the individual is inseparable from the well-being of the whole. This interdependence is not a choice, it is the fundamental principle that has allowed Khmer culture to endure through centuries of upheaval. Tradition in Cambodia is not a relic of the past, preserved under glass. It is a living, breathing, and integral part of the present. The Khmer culture, with its roots in the great Angkorian Empire, is the soul of the nation. At its heart is Theravada Buddhism, a philosophy of life that shapes the country's moral compass and daily routines. The local temple, or Wat, is the spiritual and social center of every community. It is a place for prayer and meditation, but also for education, for festivals, and for seeking the counsel of the resident monks. The Buddhist principle of making merit, or bon, guides daily actions, from giving alms to the monks in the morning to showing compassion to all living things. This powerful cultural identity is celebrated in the arts and festivals that fill the calendar. Classical Khmer dance, a tradition once almost lost during the Khmer Rouge regime, has been painstakingly revived and is a source of immense national pride. Its graceful symbolic gestures tell ancient stories from the Riamkha, the Cambodian version of the Ramayana. The most important festival is Chal Chnam Thmay, the Khmer New Year, a joyous 3-day celebration in April that marks the end of the harvest season. It is a time for family reunions, for visiting the temple to make offerings, and for washing away the past year's troubles with water. Another key holiday is Pachum Ben, the Festival of the Dead, a deeply spiritual 15-day period when Cambodians honor their ancestors with offerings of food, believing that the spirits of the dead are released to receive them. There is an immense and quiet pride in this cultural heritage. The krama, a simple, checkered scarf, is a ubiquitous and versatile symbol of Khmer identity, worn by all. It is a tangible, personal expression of a culture that has steadfastly maintained its unique character against the currents of history. The land and the water are the lifeblood of Cambodia. For centuries, the economy has been built on the bedrock of agriculture and fishing. Rice is the undisputed king of crops, and the annual cycle of planting and harvesting dictates the rhythm of life for the majority of the population. The work is physically demanding, relying on methods that have been passed down for generations. The sight of farmers guiding their water buffalo to plow the flooded fields is as timeless as the temples themselves. Beyond rice, farmers cultivate sugar palms, cassava, and a rich variety of tropical fruits, from the prized mangoes of Kampong Spur to the famously pungent durian of Kampot. The Tonle Sap Lake is one of the most productive inland fisheries in the world, a vital source of protein and income for millions. The lives of the fishermen are governed by the seasonal pulse of the lake, which swells to 5 times its size during the monsoon season as the Mekong River reverses its flow, a unique natural phenomenon. It is a life that requires an intimate understanding of the water and its moods, of the currents and the migratory patterns of the fish. But the economy is slowly and carefully diversifying. The garment industry has become a major employer, attracting hundreds of thousands of young women from the countryside to work in large factories on the outskirts of Phnom Penh. Tourism, centered around the magnificent temples of Angkor, is another vital pillar of the economy, creating jobs in the city of Siem Reap for tour guides, tuk-tuk drivers, and hotel staff. A new generation of entrepreneurs is also emerging, creating small, innovative businesses, from organic pepper farms in Kampot to tech startups and artisanal coffee shops in the capital. Yet for most, life is still tied to the traditional economy. The rhythm of the nation's prosperity rises and falls with the success of the harvest and the bounty of the catch, a constant, humbling reminder of their profound dependence on the land and the water. Cambodian food is a direct and honest reflection of the landscape, fresh, fragrant, and deeply connected to the seasons. The cuisine is built around what the land and, more often, the water can provide. Rice, or bai, is the heart of every meal. It is the canvas upon which all other flavors are painted. The Khmer phrase for to eat, nyam bai, literally translates to eat rice. And to ask if someone has eaten is to ask if they have eaten rice yet. Fish is the undisputed staple. A simple grilled fish, fresh from the river, served with rice and a dipping sauce of lime juice, chili, and garlic, is not just a meal, it is a taste of the place itself. One of the most famous dishes is a mok, a sublime, creamy fish curry, fragrant with lemongrass and galangal, steamed in a banana leaf until it is as delicate as a mousse. The cuisine is less spicy than that of its Thai neighbors, focusing instead on a delicate balance of flavors: salty, sweet, sour, and bitter, often achieved with the use of the distinctive, pungent fermented fish paste known as prahok. This paste, an acquired taste for outsiders, is the soul of many Khmer dishes, adding a depth of flavor that is uniquely Cambodian. While traditional food remains the heart of the cuisine, the street food scene is vibrant. In the evenings, city sidewalks come alive with vendors selling everything from grilled meat skewers and savory noodle soups like kui tiv to nom ban chok, fresh rice noodles topped with a fish-based green curry. But at its core, Cambodian food culture remains rooted in the home. A shared meal with family, featuring ingredients bought that morning from the local market, remains the truest and most authentic taste of the kingdom. It is a time for connection, for sharing the day's events over several shared dishes, reinforcing the bonds that hold the family together. To truly understand Cambodia is to understand its nature. The landscape is not a passive backdrop. It is an active, powerful force, a constant and awe-inspiring presence in daily life. The country is a vast, low-lying plain, drained by the mighty Mekong River and dominated by the great Tonle Sap Lake. The air itself is thick and humid, filled with the scent of damp earth, fragrant frangipani blossoms, and the coming rain. This environment does not just invite adaptation, it demands it. The annual monsoon floods, which can be destructive, are also essential, depositing a layer of fertile silt that nourishes the rice fields and triggers the massive fish migrations into the lake. Life is lived in harmony with this cycle. Traditional houses are built on high stilts, allowing the floodwaters to pass harmlessly underneath. The rhythm of life is dictated by the water level. The forests, particularly in the Cardamom Mountains in the southwest and the remote provinces of the northeast, are a vital part of the ecosystem and culture. They are a source of food, medicine, and spiritual significance for the indigenous communities that live within them. Life here is lived outdoors as much as possible, in deep, abiding appreciation of the lush, green, and ever-present beauty that surrounds them. This intimate connection fosters a practical, unsentimental respect for the environment, an understanding that the health of the land and the water is directly linked to the health of the community. For all its ancient traditions, Cambodia is a remarkably modern and connected society. A sophisticated network of roads now connects the major cities, turning what were once long, arduous journeys into simple bus rides. But the true lifeblood of the nation is the motorbike, or moto. It is the essential tool of daily life, carrying entire families, transporting goods to market, and navigating the narrowest of village lanes. The urban landscape is a ballet of motos, and the three-wheeled tuk-tuks, or remorques, that serve as the local taxis. River ferries, of course, still play a vital role, especially on the Mekong, serving as a lifeline for communities far from any road. This seamless blend of modern convenience and traditional ways is one of the defining paradoxes of Cambodian life. The most profound change has been the arrival of high-speed internet and the smartphone. It is entirely possible to live in a remote village, surrounded by nothing but rice fields, yet still be connected to the global conversation through Facebook and TikTok. This technology has allowed a new generation to leapfrog old barriers, creating new opportunities for business, education, and social connection. It is a carefully constructed reality, a testament to the Cambodian ability to innovate and adapt, weaving the new threads of the digital world into the ancient fabric of their society. For the young people of Cambodia, growing up here offers a unique and complex blend of deep-rooted duty and modern ambition. Education is seen as the primary path to a better future, and families will make immense sacrifices to ensure their children can study. However, for higher education and career opportunities, the vast majority of young people must leave their home villages. They travel to Phnom Penh to attend university and find work, often living in shared rented rooms and sending a significant portion of their small salaries back home. This period away from home is a modern rite of passage. It offers a crucial chance to experience the wider world, to gain new perspectives, and to acquire specialized skills. For many, it is their first experience of life in a bustling, anonymous city, a stark contrast to the close-knit familiarity of home. But the pull of home, the deep-seated connection to this unique place, is incredibly strong. They return for holidays and festivals, their motorbikes laden with gifts for the family. They are navigating a dual existence, contributing to the modern economy of the city while upholding their traditional obligations to the family in the countryside. They return with new ideas, fresh energy, and global perspectives, contributing to the nation's dynamic and continuous evolution. The great challenge for Cambodia in the 21st century is to create enough diverse and challenging opportunities to keep its young, highly educated population at home. It is a delicate and ongoing balancing act, preserving the unique culture and cherished village life while fostering the innovation and economic growth necessary to build a sustainable future for the next generation. The rhythm of day and night in Cambodia is a study in stark and beautiful contrasts, a rhythm dictated by the tropical sun. The long, hot days are a time for work, for activity, and for commerce. The markets are bustling from dawn. The rice fields are tended under the watchful sun, and the cities hum with the energy of commerce and construction. The energy is focused and productive, a reflection of a society built on hard work and a deep understanding that one must make the most of the daylight hours. Conversely, the arrival of evening brings a dramatic shift. As the sun sets, a profound and palpable sense of calm descends. Life turns inward. The intense heat of the day softens into a balmy warmth. This is a time for home, for family, for rest. Lights glow warmly from houses, and families gather on their porches to talk. The streets, once choked with traffic, become places for neighbors to socialize and children to play. The Cambodians cherish this peace. The quiet nights are a time for reflection, for conversation, for simply being present. It is in this shared nightly calm that the strength of the community is restored and recharged, ready for the new day. Life in this beautiful and resilient corner of the world is not without its significant challenges. The legacy of a tragic history has left deep scars, and while the country has made remarkable progress, poverty remains a persistent reality for many, especially in rural areas. The weather, the source of all life, can also be a destructive force. Floods can wipe out a season's crops, and droughts, made more frequent by climate change, can be equally devastating. The cost of living, while low, is a challenge for those with modest incomes. The landscape, for all its fertile beauty, is under pressure from deforestation and the environmental impact of new development. There is also the constant complex challenge of balancing tradition with the pressures of progress. How does a nation welcome a growing number of tourists without compromising the fragile ecosystem and the peaceful way of life that attracts them? How do you maintain a unique and precious cultural identity in an age of overwhelming digital connectivity and global monoculture? These are the vital questions that the Cambodian people grapple with, thoughtfully and collectively, every single day. So why do people choose to stay? Why, in a world of seemingly limitless options, do they remain rooted in this small, gentle land? The answers are as varied as the individuals themselves, but they often circle back to the same core, fundamental themes. They stay for the profound, unshakable sense of family, for the feeling of belonging to a place where people genuinely know and care for one another. They stay for the unparalleled sense of community, for the simple, priceless security of knowing you are never truly alone. They stay for the peace, for the pervasive quiet of the countryside that allows for a deeper, more meaningful connection to oneself and to the spiritual world. In a world saturated with noise and distraction, Cambodia offers a rare and precious simplicity. And above all, they stay for the unbreakable connection to home, to a landscape that is not just a backdrop for their lives, but an integral part of their identity, a part of who they are. It is a connection that is forged in the soil of the rice fields, in the waters of the Great Lake, and in the shared collective experience of living in a place of gentle, quiet, and enduring beauty. It is the feeling of having roots that run as deep as the foundations of Angkor itself. Cambodia exists in a delicate, beautiful, and constantly negotiated balance between an ancient past that is cherished and a modern future that is embraced, between the untamed wildness of nature and the profound warmth of its communities, between a quiet resilience and an essential, unbreakable spirit. It is a place shaped by the rhythm of the monsoon, the pulse of the Great Lake, and a quiet, unyielding, and deeply admirable strength. Here, life is not measured in grand events or dramatic upheavals, but in the steady, dependable rhythm of the seasons, in the warmth of a shared meal, in the comfort of a familiar community, and in the simple, profound beauty of the everyday. It is a living testament to the idea that the true soul of a nation is found not in the grandeur of its past, but in the quiet dignity and enduring heart of its people.